ìyanra o gbogbo Ìjẹ̀ṣà, ìyanra o gbogbo ilé. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa o. Ìyanra o, ìyanra o, ìyanra o. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò o. Hello everyone. Láti shift nǹkan láti ibì kan sí ibì kan. Bó ṣe máa rí ni. Hello everybody. Gbogbo ilé ni mo kí omi olólódì kan o. Ẹ káalẹ́ o. Ẹ máa wọlé bọ̀ o. Léní ení èjì ẹ̀ta. Hello gbogbo ilé. Wọ́n ti mú lọ́nà Nàìjíríà ni o. Jẹ́ẹ̀nì là ń lò o. Gbogbo ilé ẹ káàbọ̀ o. Mi lè dáhùn WhatsApp lọ́wọ́ tí mo wà yìí o. Gbogbo ti Ìjẹ̀ṣà ẹ káàbọ̀ o. Wọ́n ti múná lọ àsúsúà o. Aṣádùpẹ́ pàárín nǹkan kan lò. Ẹ máa bá wa lẹ́nu ẹ̀. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Wọ́n ti múná lọ ni o. Up NEPA. Down NEPA. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́ni ẹwẹ̀lẹ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Olóbì kan wọ̀wọ̀ tiri wọ̀. Àwọ̀ sínú gbó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Ojú tọbẹ̀ náà wo. Kàkàkàkàkà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Mo kí wa o. Ọmọ wa ni wa o. Ọmọ wa òbòkun. Ọmọ Èkìtì ọmọ wa ni wa o. Ọmọ wa ni wa o. Ọmọ wa ni wa o. Ọmọ Èkìtì ọmọ wa ni wa o. Àwa lọmọ wa o. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀ṣà ni mò ń retí o. Mi ìsọpọ̀ mi Èkìtì o. Ẹ káàbọ̀ o. Olúwa tù mí nínú gbẹ̀dẹ̀gbẹ̀dẹ̀. Ẹ káàbọ̀. Ilé ayé yín ò ní rújú. Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Ìjẹ̀ṣà ọmọ wa o. Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Ìjẹ̀ṣà ọmọ wa o. Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Ẹ ṣé bàbá mi. Gbẹ̀dẹ̀gbẹ̀dẹ̀ ló máa ń ti kókò lágbàlá torí pé ìní mo kọ́kọ́ rí inú mi tutù pẹ̀sẹ̀. Àwọn ọmọ arọ́mọláràn náà la fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa wọn o. Apanọ̀dà. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́ni ẹwẹ́lẹ́. Mo bòkun ré ni. Àbá. Tẹ̀ka ọmọ ẹlẹ́ni ẹwẹ́lẹ́. Ìjẹ̀ṣà ọmọ gbàgbé o. Ìjẹ̀ṣà o. Ọmọ wa Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Ìjẹ̀ṣà ọmọ wa o. Ìjẹ̀ṣà ọmọ wa o. Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Ìjẹ̀ṣà ọmọ wa o. Wọ́n ti múná lọ ni o, ẹ má bínú. Ẹ máa bọ̀ lẹ́ni ení èjèèjì ẹ̀ta. Ijó yìí rèé. Ẹ̀yin ìtùnú ló ń wọlé fún mi lálẹ́ yìí. Inú mi tutù gbẹ̀dẹ̀gbẹ̀dẹ̀ ò má mi. Ìjẹ̀ṣà orídìí ìṣáná ilé lẹ́rú ọwọ́ tí múná roko ẹ̀ka lẹ́wà gbá mi. Ìjẹ̀ṣà mọ́dù apanọ̀dà. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́ni ẹwẹ́lẹ́.
ọmọ ẹlẹ́ni ẹwẹ́lẹ́. Ìjẹ̀ṣà 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 ọmọ wa o Ìjẹ̀ṣà ọmọ wa o Ìjẹ̀ṣà ọmọ wa. Wọ́n ti múná lọ ní o. A manage bá ṣe rí náà ni. Ìjẹ̀ṣà ọmọ wa o Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Malo. Eh? Mani lagba. Eh? Malo. Kí ló lè ti káńtà mi ò káùntì o. Temidayo Awoshika, I cite you, God bless you. And as many others that are there behind the scene, I wouldn't want to mention names. Ishole o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o. Mi ò mú kùkẹ̀rẹ̀ mi sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá síbí. Malo. Malo. Èrè lọ́lọ́jà ń jẹ o. Ẹni ọlá ẹni yẹ ẹni ẹ̀yẹ, God bless you. Màá lówó o, màá lówó, màá lówó. Àlọ́làbùwà la máa lówó, la máa lọ́lá, la máa níyì, la máa lókìkí. Òkìkí wa ò ní báráyé nú. Àní lókìkí ìbànújẹ́, àní lókìkí ẹkún, àní lókìkí òṣè. Ẹ̀kálẹ́ mo kí gbogbo wa wípé a káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Kí làwọn orí kingdom ṣe o. Mo kí gbogbo yín o, ẹ̀yin ìyá ìyá, ẹ̀yin bàbá bàbá, lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin, lọ́mọdé àti lágbà, ẹ ṣeun. Ẹ káàbọ̀, ẹ káàbọ̀, ẹ bá mi pèrò sọ́kọ̀, ẹ bá mi pọkọ̀ sérò kí ọkọ̀ ṣá ti má wà ní òfìfo. Wọ́n múná lọ ni, ẹ má bínú. Gbogbo àwọn tó yẹ kó wà níbí náà ti ń complain fún mi pé iná ni o, up nepa o, but àwọn á máa wo program yìí ní later. Ó dẹ̀ dùn mí gan, ṣùgbọ́n bó ṣe wọn Olúwa ló ṣe ń ṣọlá ẹ̀. Bó ṣe wọn Olúwa ló ṣe ń ṣọlá ẹ̀. Mo kí gbogbo wa wípé a káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ètò wa, ètò mi, ètò yín, ètò nígbà ìwáṣẹ̀. Tí Olúwa bá ń ṣe nǹkan, Olúwa ló ń ṣọlá. Olúwa ló ń ṣọlá. Olúwa ló ń ṣọlá. Mo kí gbogbo wa wípé a káàbọ̀ sí orí ètò yìí. Ètò wa nígbà ìwáṣẹ̀ nípa ti àti máa kọ́ ọgbọ́n lórí ètò ìbílẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀ náà máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ìkan máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ́la. Ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ dé pẹrẹwu nìyẹn. Àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ olójú ọmọ àrè. Ó ti ẹ̀dá tó jẹ́ pé òun ńlá. Wọ́n ní kíní kan ló tó mú erin fọn, tó ṣe bí òwe. Ìdílé àwọn ọwá òbòkun ni a ti máa lọ mú àṣàrò ti alẹ́ yìí wá láti fi ṣí gbàgede nígbà ìwáṣẹ̀. Nígbà ìwáṣẹ̀, it comprises of history about ìṣẹ̀ṣe, about kings, queens, all the old history which táwọn Nigerian government tí bàbá wọn Ọbásanjọ́ nítorí nǹkan burúkú tí wọ́n ṣe, wọn ò fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kí wọ́n ti yọ history kúrò nínú curriculum, ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ pé wọ́n tún ní pé wọ́n ti dá a padà. Gbogbo nǹkan tó ní kálukú bá ṣáà ń ṣe kó máa ṣe dáadáa. Nígbà tí ọmọ ò bá tàn, kò bá tàn kò tún bá àrọ́bá, báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ mọ ẹni tó jẹ́? Tonight we are going to the history of Owa Obokun and formation of Ijesha. It's all yours, mommy. It's all yours. It's all yours. It's all yours. I'd love to share it with you. It's a gift. Okay. Mo ti mark ẹ sílẹ̀ Christine náà kẹ́ tó máa jà sí ẹnìkan mú scarf ẹnìkan Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ṣe agbádá ni. I'm so happy. I'll pass it to you, ma. God bless you. We are going to, what is a dynasty? What is a dynasty? You can, and not everybody ló lè máa pera wọn ní dynasty. Àwọn dynasty kan wà tó jẹ́ pé just for the sake. Nǹkan tí bàbá wọn tó ṣe sílẹ̀, wọ́n ti bàjẹ́. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti fi ra wọn dynasty. Kan táwọn bàbá. Àwọn ilé wọ̀nyí kan tí àwọn ìran wọn tó ti ṣe sílẹ̀. Wọ́n keep the family together. Good evening, Omosho. God bless you. God bless you. The history of Owa Obokun and formation of Ijesha. Just as I'm about to tell about their history now, I can tell about my own Ìṣẹ̀rẹ̀ Ọlọ́fimúlé. In brackets, the Onigbakules. We, the Onigbakules. Second bracket, the big one, Ọbàtálá Royal House. Nǹkan tó ń pè ní dynasty nìyẹn. Tó lè sọ nípele ìpele. Kì í ṣe pé nítorí pé kinní kan pé tó máa pòrò kinní kan fura gbọ̀n. Nonsense. I'm your host, Oluwatoyin Ọbàtálá Darlington, aka Olomo Plenty, the only evangelist kan show you náà ni, lady evangelist that has no frontier. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, to call yourself a dynasty, you have to be rich, not by stealing, not by duping other people. You have to be influential. Your lineage must be so influential. Not by stealing, not by trick. That is what is called dynasty. God bless you, my sister. That is what is called dynasty. You don't just wake up one day and give yourself a title of dynasty. Sunday service too is going to be Leku on the regalia of what do you call it? Reverend. Gbogbo wa la máa reverend. Èmi gan máa rán reverend mother nínú ìta wa yìí. Ó yẹ jẹ́ ká máa bá ètò náà lọ. I'm your host, Oluwatoyin Ọbàtálá Darlington. Tí n bá fẹ́ ṣe anything tó jẹ́ traditional, mo máa ń like láti máa jẹ́ orúkọ ọmọ Ọládèmí. Ọmọtádéṣe Ẹfúnṣayọ̀ láti Ìṣẹ̀rẹ̀ Ọlọ́fimúlé. Èmi lọmọ eréwọ́ pa ẹgbẹ̀rún àjẹ́. Right? Let's go. Ijesha was founded in 1350 by Ọwálùṣe, a grandson of Ajibogun Ajaka an ubiquitous warrior. Owa Obokun Onida Ara, one of the most accomplished sons of Oduduwa. One of the most accomplished sons of Oduduwa. The progenitor of the Yoruba race of southwestern Nigeria and Benin Republic. Ijesha, as a historic town, is one of the oldest settlements in Yoruba land. Other tradition among the Ijesha themselves also trace the origin of the Ijeshas states to a younger son of Oduduwa called Obokun, who happened to be the Owa's ancestor. In commemoration of an occasion on which he fetched the sea water to cure his father's blindness, Obokun then settled in what was to become Ijesha land. He found, like other founding heroes, pre-existing political structures, including a confederacy of 5 towns in the Obokun area. Obokun himself is so central to the Ijeshas that they call themselves Omo Obokun, children of Obokun. Owa Obokun Adimula. Àwọn tó bá nífọ̀ tó lè kánná don jẹ́ Adimula, just like myself, like Onirisha. I mean, the true Adimula, not just because I have somebody bearing Adimula me too, I'm going to add it as my title. No, you don't. It's not a title that you can just add. It has to come from your blood. Adimula. I'm Adimula Olofin Ogunfunminire. Omo Adimula Olofin Ogunfunminire, the progenitor of Awori worldwide. Owa Obokun Adimula Ajibogun, after fetching the ocean waters, Omi Okun, to heal the old age blindness of his father, Odua Olofin Aye. Olofin Aye. Tongue changes. And who, through conquest, captured many territories, including the vast territory known today as Ijesha land. It is worth of mention that the capital of Ijesha land is dictated by whichever place the Owa Obokun Adimula chooses as his seat of government. Ajibogun ruled Ile-Ife a short while, leaving vestiges of rulership in monumental words like Enu-Owa, Mod-Owa, Enu-Owa, ẹnu ọwá níbi tí ọba ti ń gbadé, ọba tó dáńtọ́. It's all right, my darling. Ọláyínká, ọlá náà kò ní túká láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. And so on and so forth. If you come to Ìṣẹ̀rí Ọlọ́fínmọlé, we have our own ẹnu ọwá. Ẹnu ọwá is ibi tí wọ́n ti ń gbé adé lé ọba lórí. Kì í ṣe adé tí wọ́n hun ní Mile 12 o. Adé ìṣẹ̀ǹbáyé. Kódà kórí ẹ tó yìí, tó bá gbé sí ẹ lórí, ó máa ṣàìsí ẹni. Kó wá dàbí kúkúdù àgbọn kónkóló báyìí, tó bá gbé sí, ó máa jẹ́ ṣàìsí yẹn náà ni. Ìyẹn ni our pride. As ọmọ tó ní oríkì, as a so-called dynasty, not dynasty only. Bless you. You know the place, so I'm not just telling a tale. I'm giving you facts and figures as it is. Anybody called Adimula, ẹni tí a bá ti fi Adimula pè, àwọn tó dáńtọ́ ni. You can't just touch them anyhow. You can't discuss them anyhow. Whatever you plan against them, bounce back. Torí kíni, they are Adimula. Orishada. After conquering many territories in the whole of northeastern Yoruba land, he established his imperial government at Ido Omupetu. Ido Omupetu. O-M-U-P-E-T-U. I-double-G-O. Omupetu. But pronunciation we say Onpetu. Onpetu is Omupetu. And after a while, at Igbadae, IGBADAE, his successor are as follows. Owa Obokun Adimula, Owaka Okile, moved to Ilowa, I-L-O-W-A, which is the Owa city. Okile's successor, Owa Obokun Adimula, Obaraba, Olokun Ẹṣin, Obaraba Adimula. Ṣé rí pé tó bá ń pe akọni, a máa fi dàhálẹ̀ gàràgà. Ó lè pè wọ́n kó má fi Àdìmúlà sí. Ẹ lè pè wá kẹ́ má fi Àdìmúlà sí. Mo ń pera mi lọ́lọ́mọ plẹ́tì tèmi yé mi. Mo sọ́ra mi nù ni. Kí n lè yí mọ́ àwọn èèyàn. Ẹni tí ò bá fi ara yí ẹrẹ̀ kò lè fi ara yí ọlá. Àjọrìn ni àmúrí olówó, Àmànàdìmúlà. Òun lẹ ṣe ń lè tẹ́lẹ̀ bá. Ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ gbà fọ́lọ́run lásìkò kẹ́ tó sẹ́rí mọ́rin. Obaraba Olokun Ẹṣin, who was the father of Prince Láàróyè Gbadewọ̀lú, the first Ataọjà of Òṣogbo. You see, we spread. Myself and anytime wo lọ́kàn yẹn, Olùṣọ́ Alfred, we link somehow in the tree. Alfred Hastrop, will link somewhere in the tree, in the family tree. Because my great-grandfather, my ancestor, Adimula Olofi Ogunfunmilere, has a son there. And we all resemble ourselves. The first Ataoja of Oshogbo moved the seat of government to Ilemure, Ilemure, now known as Ibokun. His successor, Owa Obokun Adimula Owari, moved it to Ilekete and later Ipole. Yoruba ga Ipole. From Ilekete, then moved down to Ipole. Owa Obokun Adimula Owalushe established Ilesha, which is today the royal capital city of Ijesha land in the 15th century. Owa Obokun Adimula Owalushe transformed and reshaped the Ijesha traditional governments, which gave room to military supervision, which took after the role of Ajaka, Ajibogun's commander-in-chief of Ijesha Army Forces. Owa Obokun Adimula Atakumosha succeeded Owalushe in 1526. The Ijesha territory is adjoined by the Ekiti on the east, the Ibomino to the north, the Ife to the south, and Oyo and Ibolo to the west. Now, Ijesha history has a varied accounts based on myth and historical accounts. According to the first account by Samuel Johnson, that is the Baba there. This Baba. The Ijesha people used to reside in Ile-Ife prior to the reign of Shango. Shango happened to be a human being just like you and me. Yeah. Ìdí kan ló fà á tó fi dìdí kan. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ mọ̀ nǹkankan. Ẹ wá síbí ẹ wá kọ́gbọ́n lórí ètò nígbà ìwáṣẹ̀ ọgbọ́n ni mo wá èmi ò ní má gọ̀ lọ́lé. It is said that Ijesha people were slaves, were purchased and located in the district of Ibokun. There, they were tended as cattle under the care of Owaju. And from then, selections were made from time to time for sacrifices purpose, not human being, no. They are not sacrificing human beings. Pass up. So, hence the term Ijesha from Ije Orisha. Ijesha means Ije Orisha. Just as Awori means Awo Tori sínú odò, Tori sínú omi, ibẹ̀ gangan ni à ń pè ní Àwórì, tí èmi yìí tí mo fi jẹ́ ọmọ Àwórì. I love Yoruba. I love history. I love to know about my background. The food of the gods, Ije Orisha. Ije Orisha, the food of the gods. Hence, the saying, Ijesha Omo Owaju Ti Ife Opo Iye. I think so, because that IYK, I think is, I don't know how to pronounce that one. Ijesha's children of Owaju, subject to such suffering of slave trade. It is believed that this particular history accounts for large number of Ijesha enslaved people of Ilesha getting shipped to slavery in South America, especially Brazil and the Caribbeans. This Baba there, Johnson, in 1921, recounted that there is also a legend that when the nations began to disperse from Ile-Ife and members of the royal family were appointing kings and rulers in diverse places, a young and brave son of the house was appointed the first Owa of king over the Ijeshas. But that he returned to the Alaafin and complained that his territory was too small and his subjects few and ẹrú ẹ̀ wọ́n ti kéré jù, ààlà tí wọ́n dẹ̀ fún ó kéré. The sire then upon ordered a large bundle of sticks to be brought to him, and these sticks he converted into human being for the Owa, in order to increase. Abracadabra, the Igib turned to human being. Each stick stands for a being, just to get more people like. In order to increase the number of subjects, in order to increase them. Hence, to this day, the Ijesha are often termed by their neighbors Omo Igi, offsprings of states. Whatever be the case, it can be clearly seen that the ancestors of Ijesha people migrated from Ile-Ife to their present location in Osun State. Ilesha traditions hold that the site of Ilesha was already occupied by scattered settlements of an aboriginal Aboriginal. 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 You can pronounce it. Aboriginal. Aboriginal population. The most important being identified with today's Okesa, the long street running west-east along Elisha's spine, whose leader is regarded as the ancestor of Ogedengbe, the Obanla of Ijesha land. You see, this Baba Johnson happened to be in the part of Caribbean. So the heartthrob tree is so fast. From what I learned, they are even in what is the name of this country? But I will get it. They are there. And they can claim it. They can go there and claim their passports. My beautiful beings. God bless you, baby. You know, I worked with them before, but I can't remember. And we are still family friends till tomorrow. The wife is from Netherlands and the husband is Denmark. Part of Kastrup's family roots, they are in Denmark. If they get to, if Alagba Alfred gets to Denmark today and mention his lineage, he can claim his rights in Denmark. Yes. The Obanla of Ijesha land. Now, Ijesha became an important and major Yoruba military center in the campaign against Ibadan. 60 miles, which is 97th kilometer, southwest in the 19th century. Excuse me. Yeah, Denmark. Thank you. Denmark, yeah. Yeah. Denmark people, they are very, very nice. Very, very nice. Very meek. The husband does all the house chores. He cooks. I tell you, I really enjoyed them when I was working for them. I worked for them for how many years? 18 years I was with them. I know their family back home. When they were doing things, they bought ticket for me, traveled down there. I really enjoyed the family. I know a lot of the family, aunts, grandma, and so on and so forth. And the name of the husband is Ib. Very nice man. Kò lè sọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu ẹ̀tàn, ṣùgbọ́n ìbínú yìí náà tó bá bínú báyìí. The Danish people, and very, very intelligent. My days. Àwọn ọmọ wọn, because àwọn ọmọ wọn ni mo lọ mo tọ́jú ńgbà yẹn. Àwọn ọmọ wọn mi tell sọ pé language báyìí ni wọ́n sọ. Now their parents as well. Karen now has, I think, 3 children, and the sister, Lotto has, I think 3 too, or 2. So èèyàn la wá, tá bá farapamọ́ a farapamọ́ ni. Èèyàn ni èmi. I know people, but I'm keeping it on low key. You calling yourself something. You are stealing it. I work for it. And I earn it. I earn respect. I earn what I am today. Not by stealing, not by forcing people to respect me. I know people. I know ministers. I know ambassadors. I know presidents of other African countries. But because I'm come online and be doing all these things, I know my worth. You are something. You are nothing, my darling. If I ask you to give me 1 naira, it's not because I need that 1 naira. It's because I want to test your loyalty towards me. To see how you love me. Let's say I'm in need and I come to you to ask you for something. Yala ya. But I give glory to God. As I was saying, if any of Olusho Astrop, his children today decide to move down to Denmark, they will have their passports. All they need to do is tender the important documents. Astrop's lineage is not just something you can just wash down on. He's my kind of a person. He doesn't take life. Ha ha ha. Eminimo wambe, eminimo wambe. Awala wambe, I'm this and that. Lanu yeshe mini sele. Ibito yeke fishori, le fin shade. The person you're supposed to respect, give honor to, and allow him to lead you. You think you are stealing from him. You are doing yourself. And your Moshofa, you are doing yourselves. I know him. When I heard of the name of Astrop, I searched. Because the name makes meaning. I searched. Then there was I was with one of these cousins. Togbemilosi Nasarawa then. The Astrops, there are so many. And they are well to do. Oh, tell me, si go for Gene. When I started my ministry, and you idioticon, tell me what is next. You are stealing from people. You are making people cry, and you are calling yourself Dynasty. Omologun ajebiriki. If you decide, the children decide today, all they need is to submit their documents to go to the counselor, and then they get all their necessary documents to stay there free of charge, go in, go out. That is the Astrop family. Ben Ijare Yami, I want Tiftif family, I want Tiftif dynasty. My checking on my opinion. And they can rewind a little bit, Jerry. Now, Ilesha became an important and major Yoruba military center in the campaigns against Ibadan, 60 miles, 97 kilometers west-southwest in the 19th century. Yoruba civil wars, of that civil wars then. A leading member of a confederacy known as the Ekiti Parapo, meaning Ekiti people together. These combined forces of the Ijesha and Ekiti was formed to fight for the independence of their people. In 1817, a long series of civil wars began in the Oyo Empire, in which hundreds of people died. They lasted until 1893. Now, see them. When British intervened, by which time the empire has disintegrated completely, the Ijesha people used to have a big territory but lost some portions of it to their neighbors during various conflicts and wars of the 19th century and preceding centuries. The Ijesha was ruled by a monarch bearing the title of Owa Obokun Adimula. I'm telling you, anybody that you see bearing Adimula, we are not a non-entity. In this my group, plenty family, most of them bears Adimula. So my kind of caliber are the people that are with me. And when I say, Kilo day you are coughing, everybody run helter-skelters. Iku bodo ba omo Ajimula, arun bodo gbe omo Ajimula kokode. When you hear anybody that bears Ajimula, eje ko ri yin pe eyan mo sele. Any non-entity. Why is my counter not counting? Ẹni tó bá tọwọ́ bọ counter yẹn tí ò fi count. Ha! Tó bá yẹ pé network ni fine. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá yẹ pé èèyàn kan ló try láti trigger setting mi. Ayé ẹ lè má count mọ́ o. Hello, my darling. The wonderful PA. Hey, my daddy dear. My daddy dearest, Ambassador Bimbola Elufison, God bless you, sir. The state of Ilesha consisted of Ilesha itself and a number of similar surrounding towns, like people of Oke, Ako, Irele, Omu, Oke, speak a dialect similar to Ijesha. Some of the popular towns of the Ijesha are Ibokun, Eri Ijesha, Ipetu Ijesha, Ijebu Ijesha, Ijebu Osunwon, Ijebu Oda Ijesha Osunwon, ìwọ tún sọ pé ó tún jẹ́ Ijebu Ijesha. Esa Oke, Ipole, Ifewara. Ẹ má bínú sí mi o, pronunciation mi ò bá dá o. Ẹ bá mi manage ẹ ni o. Ifewara, Ìjẹ̀dá, Ìlọ́kọ̀, Ìlọ́kọ̀ Ìjẹ̀ṣà, Ìwàrà, Ìpèrìndó, Ẹ̀rìnmọ̀. Ọba Ẹ̀rìnmọ̀, I know him very, very well, who happened to be my friend. And same as Erin Ijesha, they are my people. You think you know me? You don't know me. You think you know this Alfred Astrop? You don't know him. I know him. I even know him before he knowing me. Before him knowing me, I've known because I searched. And we fight every time because we don't agree. when it comes to this celestial issue, we don't agree. We say Olomo plenty, leave it that way. I say no. Sir, ẹ̀yin lẹ gbọ́ ṣiṣẹ́ Olúwa ni, èmi ò ṣiṣẹ́ Olúwa. Iṣẹ́ Jésù lèmi ṣe. Ẹ̀yin lẹ ṣiṣẹ́ inú pẹpẹ, èmi ò gbàṣẹ́ inú pẹpẹ. We fight every second. But the link of ẹ̀jẹ̀ royalty is there. Ìwàràjà ìdómìnàsì máa délé ilé kókó ń tágbé ìláṣẹ ìgàngán ìmọ̀ etí oní ETI-ONI ìbòkú not ìbòkún o ìbòkú erin ìjẹ̀ṣà ìbòdì and so on and so forth. The Ijeshas are very good in commerce, yes, and have caught a niche for themselves as the architects of Oshomalo, Oshomalo business in Nigeria. The appellation was originally considered as a term of abuse to characterize the aggressive Ijesha textile traders. Woo! I shock you. I shock you, Baba. I shock you. The word Oshomalo is tied to the process of debt collection. Yes. Mi bagbowo mi ni kuro nbile abuke ma naro pa ni. It means I will not sit until I have collected my money, showing an inflexible determination to succeed in the face of all odds. Eva binu. Eva binu pe monkey dele. The popular trading method allows customers to pay for goods in installments. They started paying goods in installments. You know, installmental, like here in Europe. Kò sí nǹkan tí wọn kì í rà ní Europe. Tó bá fẹ́ ra abọ́ yìí, o lè rà. Kò sọ pé wàá máa san ní èpin ni. Èpin yẹn kò gbọdọ̀ yẹ ní déètì tó fún wọn yẹn ni. So they are very good at that. Yeah, Ijesha military prowess is summed up in this war song. Ijeshare arogunyo. Ye so gbọ́dọ̀ fọwọ́ kan ọmọ òbòkun ríà. Ta ló jẹ́ fọwọ́ kan yín, ẹ̀yin ọmọ arógunyo. An old Yoruba community. Ilesha was an important and major military center in the campaigns against Ibadan, 60 miles, 97 kilometers west-southwest in the 19th century. Yoruba Civil Wars, a leading member of confederacy known as the Ekiti Parapo. That's one I put it there twice, but it doesn't matter. These combined forces of Ilesha and Ekiti town, like Ikole, Ijeru, Otun, Moba, Aramoko, and others. Ekiti's smaller towns, except Ado and Ikere, which were engaged in the war with Benin, not Benin, Benin of Lagos, of Nigeria, at the period, was formed to fight for the independence of their people. The town has a memorial to Ogedengbe Agbogungboro Adikakalogun Ojojogun, who died in 1910. Ogedengbe played a vital role during the Kiriji War of the 19th century, which prevented Ilesha and other towns from being conquered and dominated by Ibadan and other powerful regions. Now, Mama Tabonda Dambi by you, because we come to the language now. Ijesha people speak a central Yoruba dialect, Yoruboid language, that belongs to the larger Niger-Congo language group. Ijesha dialect is Akin, AKI, to the adjoining Yagba, Ibomino, Ife, Ekiti, Akure, Efon, and Ijebu areas that are classified under Central Yoruba dialects for the larger Yoruboid languages. The state of Ilesha, Ileti Asha, Ileti Asha, which means a homeland we chose, the traditional headquarters of Ijesha land, and the capital of the first local council in Nigeria, Ijesha/Ekiti Parapo Council, named by the British colonial administrator of 21 June 1900, comprising the present-day Ondo and Ekiti states of Nigeria, with population of 310,000. The major traditional dialects unique to the Ijesha are Orisha Onifon, which is prevalent to the northwest of Ijesha land. Ogun, which is very significant and celebrated with grandeur annually by all Ijeshas, culminating into the Iwude festival or Iwude. Ema binu ẹ̀yin Ìjẹ̀ṣà tí mi bá pè dé yín dáadáa, ó yẹ kẹ́ sanwó, ó yẹ kẹ́ máa spray mi gan ni pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí mo ṣàlàyé lálẹ́. Ṣé kò yẹ kẹ́ náwó fún mi? Ó yá, wọ́n ní kẹ́ má ná náírà o, ẹ torí Ọlọ́run, euro ni mi fẹ́ o. Euro lè mi fẹ́, ó yá. Ẹ máa ná. It's either Iwude or Iwude festival. Ifa Orunmila, Arampe, and Oshun are also very important deities in Ijesha land. The Oshomalo sole entrepreneur burial entrepreneur business. Men with high transactional fortune accused spread their activities and interests like wildfire into the nooks and crannies of Nigeria and beyond. Oshomalo trade is one of the greatest contributions of Ijesha to the world of commerce, trade, industry, and banking. The Oshomalo migrants became very influential in their abode of business and saw the prospects in education and sent their children and wards to school. It was their practice to visit home at least twice in a year. ilé náà kò lọ ilé kòkó ń ta gbé. Ẹni tí ò gbọ́n láwẹ̀ kí ló dé tí káńtà mi kò rí ìdí. Kí ló dé tí káńtà mi ò rí ìdí. Ọ̀dà ẹ jẹ́ kí n bá yín fi síbẹ̀. They always go to home at least twice in a year, contribute to the development of their homestead in terms of cash. The emergency of the cocoa trade, which a lot of Ijeshas took part in, cannot be wished away. Ijesha took the lead and massively reaped the gains of Western education. Now, past Ijesha rulers. Boy ibe, gbogbo yín pátápátá ṣé mo sọ dáadáa, ṣé boy ibe lẹ́yìn ló àbánọ̀dá wọn. Anyhow, gbogbo yín lẹ jẹ mí ní gbèsè àti Ìjẹ̀ṣà, gbogbo èyí tẹ́ so mọ́ rí Ìjẹ̀ṣà yẹn. Gbogbo yín pátápátá lẹ jẹ mí ní nǹkan lálẹ́ for doing this wonderful program. There are 4 royal houses, among which accession to the throne is supposed to be rotated. Biladu, Bila Bayo, Bilaro, and Bila Yirere. Ṣé mo pè dáadáa? Ẹ bá manage, ẹ bá mi fomi lò. Biladu àbí Biladu. Bila Bayo, Bilaro, and Bila Yirere. This Baba ten won't be by is from Bilaro. Just as I'm from Onigbakule ruling store of Isheri Olofimole and Warri Kingdom. Past rulers have been as follows. Owa Ajibogun, Owa Owaka Okile, Abi Okile, Owa Obaraba, Olokun Eshin. Now, all those ones, they are not with time, figure, and space. Okay? So, the date starts from Owa Owari, 1462 to 1522. Owa Owalushe, 1522 to 1526. Owa Atakun Mosa. Anyhow, French name or French woman name shall be mon try. 1526 to 1546. Yeye lagba ba. Yeye lagba ba. These are the names of the people. Tonti joko sori akpere ni mo so you. 1588 to 1590. That one was the shortest, I think. Yeye Gunrogbo, 1588 to 1590. I think I made a mistake there because I doubled that date and it's not possible. Sorry about that. Edariji mi. Owa Biladu 1. Owa Biladu 1, 1652 to 1653. Very short one. Owa Biladu 2, 1653 to 1681. I want you to try that. Yeye Waji, 1681. I think the same person is called Owa Bilaro because the dates interwoven. So Yeye Waji àti Owabilaro, they twin together from 1681 to 1690. Owabilayi arere àbí arere, ẹ má bínú, 1691 to 1692. Owabilagbayo, 1713 to 1733. Yeye Ori àbí Yeye Ori, 1734 to 1749. Now, here are some names which I could not phantom or put the year very well. Ori Abejoye, 17 something. Owa Bila Jagodo, Arijeleshi, Owa Bila Tutu, Otutu, Bi Oshin, Abi Osin, anyhow, 1772 to 1776. Owa Bilasha, Asha, Abodo Funfun, Abodo Funfun. Ẹ̀yin kan ti ń kíra yín ẹ̀gìn, ó dà, gbogbo yín lẹ máa sanwó. Ẹ̀rí tí mò ń jára mọ́ṣẹ́ yìí. Abodo Funfun, 1776 to 1788. Ọwá Àkẹsán, báwa náà bá ṣe ní Àkẹsán, níṣẹ̀rí ọlọ́fẹ́ múlẹ̀. O lè rí ọmọ ọba kó má pàdé níbì kan. We have this thing called family tree. You see? Tree wa. We have the major tree, we have the root, and then the branches goes, spreads. Many temba shaking. Ọwá Àkẹsán, 1788 to 1795. Owa Bilajara 1 to 18, I think 1795 to 1807. Ogbagba, iṣẹ́ Ogbagba free gbagba o. O lè làwọn Ogbagba free gbagba àwọn àbúrò mi Benji. 1807 to 1813. Obara Bilajila, 1813 to 1828. Ọwá Ọ̀dúndún, 1828 to 1833. Gbégbàjẹ, 1833 to 1839. Àríyàsúnlé, Àríbàbàbòde. First time regent, a beautiful lady, 1839. Ọwá Òfókùtù, 1839 to 1853. Ṣé kí n ṣe máa kàwé ní 1818 yìí lọ torógùn gan o? And so on and so forth. Ogun gan ni. Jẹ́ kí n wo time mi. Mo ti kọjá 1 hour. Ọwá Àpọ́nlé ṣe 1858 to 1867. Ọwá Àlòbé, ìyẹn náà wà ńbẹ̀. Ọwá Agúnléjìká 1. And then 1871 vacant for June. We don't really know I don't really know what's happened there. So Ọwá Àdìmúlà Agúnlóyè bí òyìnbó. God bless you, my sweetheart. Yes, it's been a long time. God bless you. Agunlóyè bí òyìnbó bépo lónú. Ẹ wò kẹ́ máa fi èdè tó máa fi èdè ní tẹ́ máa fi nǹkan yìí náà ní nǹkan 1875 to 1893. Ọwọ́ alówó lójú. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n kàn máa dárúkọ because it's very very long. Ọwọ́ ajímọ̀kọ. Ọwọ́ atayérọ. Ọwọ́ arọmọlárùn. Ajimoko Astrop. Ajimoko 2 Fidikpotemole. Ajimoko Astrop happened to be a regent. The person that was used there was used as a regent. So Ajimoko 2nd Fidikpote. J.E. Awodiya, regent as well. Charlie woman, the reason to man lo obìnrin fún regents ní àwọn area abẹyẹ ni, the reason is tó bá fa àwọn ọkùnrin síbẹ̀, àwọn ọkùnrin bọ́n ṣe máa gbó síbẹ̀ náà máa wá wọn ní fẹ́ kó tètè yan ẹni tí kó tètè define ẹni tí Ifá mú, but obìnrin ó máa òun náà fẹ́ lọ ṣe tẹ̀ ń pọ̀rọ̀, ó máa ya àgàgà kan lọ mú ìtí ò tọ́yún ẹ̀ sì ṣe tandi ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run tí yín ò ní bàjẹ́, ó ya ẹ wá gba nǹkan yín. So, Ogunmokun, regent July 63 to 1966. Ṣé rí pé yẹn náà pẹ́ díẹ̀. Ọwọ́ Agunléjì Kadi 2nd. So, Ọwọ́ Gabriel Adékúnlé Arọmọlárùn the 2nd. And so on and so forth, yo. Ìjẹ̀ṣà history is such that one can properly put into 3 major perspectives: the monarchs, the royalty, warlordship, and assertiveness, all compounds in effective leadership. One cannot but mention the bravery and gallantry of great Ìjẹ̀ṣà hero Seriki Ogedengbe Agbogungboro Adikaka lójú ogun and his lieutenants like Fábùnmi Ọ̀ràrá Ládà of Okemesi, Obe, Okunade, Arimoro, Ogunmọ́dẹdẹ, Fápòhùndà. Orúkọ tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Jọ̀wọ́jorí, Onígbògi, Ògúnlálẹ̀, Daguro, and hosts of others Ìjẹ̀ṣàs who fought the overzealous Ibadan led by Ààrẹ Látòṣà to a standstill at Kiriji in Ìmẹ̀sí, Ìpọ́nlé during the intra-Yoruba ethnic civil war. Ogedengbe and Fábùnmi led the Ìjẹ̀ṣà, Ekiti, and Igbomina allied forces to save the whole of the Yoruba nation from the dominance of the Ibadan. Now, the great Yoruba man of history, Ogedengbe Agbogungboro of Ìjẹ̀ṣà land, General Ogedengbe Agbogungboro, the commander-in-chief of the Ekiti Parapo Army, the Yoruba Land Kiriji War of 1877 to 1892. Balogun Ogedengbe Agbogungboro of Ìjẹ̀ṣà land was born as Orisha Rayibi Ogundamola. His passion for leadership earned him the appellation Ogedengbe. He was born in 1822 to Akpasan Borijiwa and Juola Orishatomi And his birth, according to Yoruba history, coincided with the annual Ogun festival. Kéèyàn má bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ lórí WhatsApp right now. Mo wà nínú ibi tí mo ti ń gbé brain ìgbóná pẹ̀lú Yorùbá. Àpọ́nlẹ́sẹ̀ one. Ṣé àpọ́nlẹ́sẹ̀ ni mo fẹ́ sọ lókè ń bẹ̀ yẹn ni àbí kí ni mo fẹ́ sọ? Anyway, mo ṣe lè dáadáa, mo tún fàkọ sí. Àpọ́nlẹ́sẹ̀ one was ṣẹmọ̀ tí ò bá ti sí dot ń bẹ̀. Pronunciation máa rí bákan. Was the Owa of Ilesha at the time the young leader to be born. It was customary to the Owa during the Ogun festival to invite all the Babalawos, medicine men in the Ijesha territory to come and predict what will be the outcome of the new year to come. It was at this meeting that one particular Babalawo predicted that on an Ishegun Day in 1822, a child will be born in the land, and he will deliver the Ijesha people from its oppressors. And when the day came, the Owa sent all his servants to all Iberikos, suburbs, and as predicted by the Babalawo, Gidengbe was the only baby who was said to be seen born on that day. Agbogungboro adikaka lójú ogun. Ìyẹn wá jagun ti ẹni. Kọ́lọ́run ṣàánú wa. Àwa kan náà wà bẹ́ẹ̀. After the naming ceremony, he was carried from his father's house in Ijoka, Ilesha, to Atorin, his mother's village, about 24 kilometers away from Ilesha Township. Ṣé mọ̀ kó gbé Jésù Kristi náà sá lọ nígbà tó fẹ́ yìn lọ́rùn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká mú yẹn ká kọ́ sọ́wọ́ sí. Àwọn nǹkan bẹ ní Nàìjíríà o. Nǹkan bẹ àwọn history tó lies pẹ̀lú nǹkan àti nǹkan, but history has it that Atorin, towards the end of the 18th century, consisted of only 6 to 8 huts and an average estimation of 40 people. Cut away from the Ijesha town, Atorin was a very poor village with a tiny connecting route to Ijesha town. Because of the circumstances surrounding his birth and the plan of the Owa to keep a close eye on the young Ijesha savior, it was said that he was pampered and loved by his parents, and he was still breastfeeding at the age of 7 years. Mo rántí àwọn kan náà sọyàn tèmi náà di pẹlẹbẹ báyìí. Àwọn màámi ọdún méjì náà fi mú. Wọ́n ń jẹun. Ọrùn tèmi náà wá gùn bí toko olódò. Nígbà tó bá fún wọn lọ́yàn mú lọ́dún méje, wọ́n á nígbà yẹn lọ́yàn ṣe di omi àgbọn. Wisdom. Growing up, the young Ogedengbe was a rascal, known for his rude attitude towards old people, and he had the very strange habit of calling his parents by their name. By their first name with no care. Such was his wild behavior before the age of 15 when he went on a voluntary exile because of the personal assaults he encountered in a woman called Salakenu, a villager in Atorin reputable for her witchcraft. He later fled to Ilesha, where he was received by his father and close associates. Due to his rascal attitude and restlessness, he found a common cause with a popular age group called the Ipaye, which had an age range of 15 to 24 years. At 17, Ogedengbe was elected the deputy leader of the group. As a socio-political unit in Ilesha then, the Ipaye was responsible for cutting the fixing public buildings like the palace, the shrine, market stalls, the building, and repairing of roads and making sure orderliness prevailed in the town then. It was from this group that Ogedengbe was catapulted into political limelight. No, catapult here. At about the age of 35, around 1857, Ogedengbe decided to get married to a beautiful young Ijesha woman called Orishaleke. But the parents of the girl opposed the marriage simply because of Ogedengbe's lifestyle, which was considered wild and reckless then. Ogedengbe, being who he was, firstly took the girl from her parents' house, damning the consequences. The matter was later reported to the Owa, and Ogedengbe was sentenced to 3 months in prison. After his release, quite a number of incidents sprung up that turned the young Ijesha man into a full war general. Not only that, but one of the greatest in Yoruba land. One was the liberation of villages surrounding Ekiti, Efon, Itaure àti Itaure. Ó ń pe Ataure ní Ataure. And Okemesi from their Ibadan oppressor. And also the 1867 attack on Igbajo by Ilesha and the reverse attack on Ilesha by Ibadan, which forced the collapse of the Ijesha army and the flight of Ogedengbe to Ita-Ogbolu. And as time went on, his powers and popularity were growing fast. Apart from his reckless diplomatic and commanding leadership, Ogedengbe was also said to have possessed great magical powers, which came into full limelight during and after the Ekiti-Parapo War. His encounters with Ibadan also proved the general in him. The first time in 1864, when he was captured while assisting in the defense of Ilara against the Ibadan troops, and the second time was in 1867 when he was captured during the Igbajo War. It was during this war a young Ibadan soldier served Ogedengbe's head off during the war, and the Jesha general staggered back, rolled, picked up the fallen head, and fixed it back on the body. Who can try? Who can tackle liar? Who can tackle liar? Let me raise my reading again. Hey, it is well. Okay, now. This made his enemy terrified of the person. After this incident, he was captured by Ibadan's own general, Basharun Ogumola, getting interesting, who decided to humiliate Ogedengbe by disfiguring his face with Ibadan tribal marks, hoping someone will later take him for an Ibadan man and kill him. But this didn't happen. Ogedengbe learned a lot of military tactics, secrets, and trainings while in captive in Ibadan. These two occasions brought out the general in Ogedengbe, Agbogunboro, Adikakalogun. During the Ekiti-Parapọ̀ War, it was said that Ogedengbe would stay in his house and fire arrows from his room to the battlefield. He was also known for his random disappearing acts, which made him difficult to kill by the enemies. Try it. Ask me if you can. Any coin mafefe. Known for his diplomatic and charismatic attitude, he was also a fond addict of the native sniff. Taba. My son Simone, he was asati on. Being a war general, he didn't trust people for fear of being poisoned. So most times, he normally sent his dog on errands to the market. At that time in Ilesha, the size of the dog was abnormal because no one had ever seen a dog as tall and huge like that before. Eyewitness account says the dog was similar to a wild beast. While walking on the road, people ran at the sight of the dog. He normally tied a sack of cowries and samples of what he wants to buy around the dog's neck, and the dog goes to the market and walks straight to the Iyaloja's tent. The Iyaloja is the female head chief in the markets. The woman unties the rag around the dog's neck, fills it with required goods, and the dog returns to its owner. And as the dog returns to the owner, the house owner of every house it passes must greet the dog saying, "Lo guafel." Lo guafel. Any house owner who doesn't salute the dog will be reported to Ogedengbe. Mysteriously, the dog disappeared after Ogedengbe died. Isn't that a beautiful history? Isn't that a beautiful story? Oh my God. I love things like this. After the Ekiti-Parapọ̀ War and the Great Trouble periods in the history of Yoruba land, Ogedengbe settled back in Ilesha, but his band of war boys could not contain themselves to the new peaceful atmosphere. They went raiding people, harassing and kidnapping innocent citizens. This prompted Captain R.L. Bauer to arrest the war general in 1894 with his friend Prince Fabome, the Owa of Elisha, Frederick Hastrop. Pleaded passionately for the release of Ogedengbe, and after much begging the Governor Carter, he was released after a legendary sum of £6,000 were posted for his bail. Carter then. Baba Carter is now, is he now 100 years now? Yeah, Carter is 100 years now. Ogedengbe was conferred with a chieftaincy title of Obanla of Ilesha in 1898, thus the highest rank for his gallant achievements in Kiriji, Ekitiparapo War. The restless, reckless, and powerful Ogedengbe, now after so many years of war and fight, now became a respectable chief, and his service was now to the people. Ogedengbe was no doubt one of the greatest war generals who ever lived in Yoruba land. His great wisdom and diplomatic warlike manners saw the Yoruba through the Ekitiparapo War. A real war master, his study of war tactics and war weaponry was second to none. A straightforward man who always kept to his promises. The Ijesa people will forever continue to cherish his memory. A cenotaph was erected for him at the Obokun Busi Town Hall. And the Ogedengbe Memorial School in Ilesha is a monumental masterpiece in his memory. Till this day, he remains the greatest warrior in Ijesha land. Hence this. Talk to be continued. Written by Prince Prophet Alfred Eyitayo Adeleke Hastrop, D.D. Read by Omobabiri Omotadeshi Efushayo. Láti Ìṣẹ̀rí Ọlọ́fìnmúlẹ̀ Onígbàkúlé ruling house of Olofin Ogunfunminire. Don't you love me? I love you. And today is 11th of October 2024. The time here is almost 11 p.m. Central European Time. It is my privilege to go through this historical event lineage of the Hastrop's dynasty. Thank you, ma. Now tell me about you. Tell me about your dynasty. Enlighten me. Send me something about your so-called dynasty. Love you, mama. Tell me. Now you know what is called dynasty. You know, at least, where do you fit? Are you sure you can still brag to be of a dynasty? God bless you. I'm so happy. And I'm honored to be able to read this to our hearing and to enlighten us what it takes to tag oneself as a dynasty. I remain your host, Oluwatoyin. Ṣé kí n pe gbogbo orúkọ mi tán kí tẹ́ bá nídìí láti fi gún oògùn táwa kálítù. Oluwatoyin ọmọtádé ṣe fún Ṣayọ̀ Àmọ̀kẹ́ láti ṣeré ọlọ́fin mọ́lẹ̀. Èmi lọmọ pápá kúkú àmúrò kejẹ̀bẹ̀. Ẹjọ́ ẹ lọ bá mi kọ́ nípa Osofia Dynasty. Àwa wà níbí láti kà á. Táwa bá ń sọ̀rọ̀, tí kú bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ àrùn gbọ́dọ̀ máa gbìn. Ìwọ lẹ́rù ara ẹ̀ ń bẹ̀. You really tried though, boy. You tried. Kàkà kó rẹ̀ mí, mo mú rẹ̀ rodò ni mo fi ṣọmọ ẹja lóore. Ó ti sògúlùntò máa retí ìdàrọ̀. Ooh, I love it. Let's go there. Lákòótán tó bá di ní ìwòyí ọ̀la, tí èmi àti yín tá ṣì máa wà láyé tá máa wà láàyè nínú ẹ̀mí gígùn àti àlàáfíà tí àwọn ọ̀tá wa máa di àkọlẹ̀bù. Ètò wa nígbà ìwáṣẹ̀ ó máa tẹ̀síwájú láti gbọ̀ngàn àyànfẹ́ Elédùmarè. Tí wọ́n máa wá ṣàlàyé, wọ́n máa wá fún wa ní ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́. A tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn, kò ní lópin láṣẹ Ìdùmarè. A ṣe ní ṣe rẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n dá dúró bẹ́ẹ̀. Ọbẹ̀ kì í mì níkún àgbà. Màámi ẹ send address sí mi o. Kí lọ dry clean ẹ kí n send ẹ sí. I love you to have it. Thank you, ma. God bless you. Mwah. To the Astrop Dynasty. Ikira. Whoa. 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 Oh yeah. Ẹgbẹ́ Dynasty tí ń jáde. Ẹ̀yin kẹ́ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ sìn. Ó lè náà lẹ fi ń ṣe Dynasty tí ẹ fi ń pa àwọn èèyàn lẹ́kùn ni. Ìyàn máa mú gbóyè. Nonsense. Rubbish. I love you, my darlings. I love you, Torita Patitontese. I'm going to divide this video into two. Or I will leave it like that, Sha. Please join me on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Olomo Plenty. The bá ti tẹ Olomo Plenty. Ẹ máa rí mi ńbẹ̀. Oríṣiríṣi àwọn fídíò oríṣiríṣi ló wà. Bá ṣe ṣe lẹ́yìn. A máa lọ sí orí TikTok náà. A máa mú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣítí kékèké jáde. God bless you. God bless the Astrop family and what they stand for. God bless Onígbàkúlé níṣẹ̀rí ọlọ́fínmọ́lé. God bless ìdílé mi, ìdílé Ọbátúlá. God bless gbogbo tó tara bàbá mi Sábìtù Ajílàrán rẹ̀ ìjòwé lóbùtú jẹ jáde. Àwa lọ́mìnrin wọ ọ̀pá ẹgbẹ̀rún àjẹ́. Tubutubu là ń lùlù pòtòpòrò ló mọ bóun ṣe ní dún. Ẹni mò ń pọ̀fọ̀ orí kì mí ni. Ayin. Àyà. Ire o, ire kàǹkà, ire kàbìtì. Ó dìgbà kan náà.